Petty revenge is an art form, and my ex-roommate accidentally gave me a museum-quality canvas. I think landlords who quietly break the rules deserve to have the rules used against them, and I'm not sorry for what I did. Let me back up. 2 years ago, I moved into a 4-bedroom house with 3 other people, all of us subletting from the guy named Denny, who technically wasn't supposed to be renting the place out at all. It was a family property. He was just supposed to be watching it while his parents were overseas, but he saw an opportunity and turned it into a cash cow. $600 a month per room, no lease, no deposit receipt, everything on Venmo, everything off the books. For a while, it was fine. Denny wasn't around much, the house was decent, and none of us wanted to rock the boat. Then his parents decided to sell the house, and Denny needed us out in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. No refund on the month we'd already paid, and he point-blank told us the deposits were, quote, already spent. My roommate Priya lost it. She'd paid a full deposit and first month upfront 6 months earlier when she moved in later than the rest of us, so she was out over $1,000 for nothing. Denny just shrugged and said take it up with his parents, who legally owned the house and had no idea any of this arrangement even existed. That's when I remembered something Denny had mentioned drunkenly at a party. Bragging, actually, about how he'd been forwarding all the utility bills to his own name and then charging us a made-up flat rate that was way more than the actual bills, pocketing the difference every single month. I'd never had proof, just his own mouth running at a party. So I did something petty and, I think, perfectly fair. I called his parents. Not to snitch about the subletting, though that came out too, but specifically to ask, very politely, whether they were aware their son had been collecting unauthorized rent and deposits from 4 strangers living in their house, money that legally should have either gone to them or been treated as an illegal sublet, subject to tenant protections. Turns out in our state, even informal rental arrangements can trigger deposit return laws if you can show payment history, and Venmo receipts are exactly that kind of proof. Denny's parents were furious, not at us, at him. They hadn't authorized any of it and were now staring down the possibility of being named in a small claims case because their son used their house as an unlicensed rental. Within 4 days, Denny personally transferred Priya's full deposit back, plus an extra $200 to, in his words, cover the inconvenience. His parents also cut him out of a chunk of the house sale proceeds as, according to Priya, who stayed in touch with the mom, quote, compensation for the mess he made. Denny texted me calling me a snake for going to his parents instead of talking to him directly. I reminded him he'd already told us to take it up with his parents. He just didn't expect me to actually do it.